March 7th, 2023. How's it going, guys? Well, I got another video for you. And what are we going to be talking about today? Well, we're going to be talking about crystals. We're going to be talking about witchcraft. We're going to be talking about a little bit about science. We're going to be talking about biokinetic energy. We're going to be talking about telepathy and telekinesis. And does it exist? And a little bit of voodoo. And we're going to talk about how to use some of these crystals too, just a little bit, just on the light side. So these two crystals, a couple nights back, I had a few of these in my room, and I set them in a chair, and they bumped together. And what do you think happened, guys? Well, they lit up. They sparked. Now, I'd heard about this before. I never had it happen before. Way back when I was a little kid, I had a crystal AM radio I put together. And I thought that was so cool. You were powering a radio with a crystal. Didn't have no battery, you just powered it with a crystal. But I'd never seen anything like this really light up. And these babies lit up. I mean, they lit up. So I got thinking about a few things here. You know, you think about the biokinetic energy, the chi energy, and moving it around and stuff. And you hear talk about manifestation. Now, I'm not too much of a believer in any of that. I do believe anything is possible, though. And to rule out things that are not possible, it's not a good idea. Because I believe everything's possible. Even that dark matter that suspicious observer says doesn't exist. I think everything exists. But the thing of this is how it's used, how people use this stuff to try to control people and stuff. Witchcraft groups, I mean, bottom line on all this, a lot of this stuff is telepathy and some telekinesis. Some people are way more gifted than others. And what's been happening in the last several years here, and what's coming, is increased a lot of people's abilities. Now, we know there's certain crystals that you can actually push and pull with and stuff. But I got thinking about this. I got thinking, well, if these actually rubbed them together like this, and they glowed and they lit up, well, what if somebody that was gifted did that and took that energy and put it into themselves? Interesting. What would it do? Yeah. I mean, that's something to think about for a little bit here. I mean, do I believe in manifestation? No. Do I believe in good thought, positive energy? Yes, I do. So, getting on with this, we're going to talk a little bit about this energy. And we all know that the biokinetic energy, the chi energy, people can pull people's energy with, which is not good. I mean, you don't need to do that. Some people do it just to do it. Now, I've come across people that try to pull my energy, and I have to pull their energy back. Like I say, I will defend myself. And that's just the way it is. But see, what they don't realize is, I use that selenite. I actually sleep with selenite. There's some people that actually sleep on slabs of selenite. Okay, for cleansing. But, hold on, guys, just a second. Okay, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. Anyway, where was I at? This energy, okay? A lot of people can pull with it. There's other people who can push and pull. If you know anything or study anything about Reiki, you can do a lot with that too. Now, we're going to talk about witchcraft and does it really work? And I'm also going to talk about several incidents, things that I've come across in different interdimensional beings and people that I've come across that can wield this energy and do different things with it. And I don't know if you guys remember me talking about this, but there's a place downtown Kansas City here where there's some of the kind of like what I would call kind of like the Qigong bunch goes to, and witchcraft, and a little bit of everything. Is a mix of all of it, from voodoo to all. Well, I'm down there at this bar one night, and this one lady could actually change her age. I mean, turn back the clock by about 30 years. And do I think that was human? No, definitely not. Now, was it like a reptilian or shifter or whatever? No, I don't think so. It was something a lot more, something else. And it was very interesting. Now, I actually had photos. And like I said, I said I'd never show those photos. But I had photos of her before and after. And there was a 30-year difference. Definitely. But like I say, I've come across certain ones that can wield this energy. And some are very good at it. But other ones can do extraordinary things with it too. Come across another gentleman, I'll just put it that way, that actually could take his energy, put it into objects, and cause people to get in fights. Now, I used to go up to Isle of Capri. Isle of Capri was massive with witchcraft, voodoo, Qigong, a little bit of everything up there. And even military with telepathy. Oh, yeah. Used to be a bunch I used to call, actually called the Six Pack. They loved to dance. But they were military. The thing of this is, on this, I watched this gentleman. He actually threw his energy into a couple of bar stools. And I watched three. Well, what happened was I seen this one couple get in a fight at this on the bar stools there, and which isn't uncommon. And I was trying to figure out who was doing it. I figured out who was doing it, but the thing of it was they left. Okay, so just like somebody got in a fight at a bar. Well, about a half hour later, here comes another couple. Sits down at the bar. Within 3 minutes, they were in at each other. And then, an hour later, another couple sat there, and it happened again. So, what does that mean? Okay. I know this energy. Well, we all know that we talked about how everybody pulls energy. And I've often thought about this. This was something I'd like to ask E.E. Arts. I think it has to do with survival. It's like animal instinct of the universe. See, every animal has the right to feed, but we don't need to feed off each other if we don't have to. And I really think that's some of this, but because I often thought, well, why when I first started learning about all this and I started reading all these books, why pulling the energy was so easy, but trying to throw positive, good energy out and place it into certain things took a lot more effort. You would think, if the universe was fair, you'd think if you could, if you was going to throw good happiness, laughing stuff out, it'd be real easy to throw that out at somebody. Not so easy, guys. It's like you got a manual a mile long you have to read for that, but here, just pull the energy, and that's all it is. Anybody can do that. So not good. Not good. But I often wondered why, that was. But I think it has to do with just the primal instinct of feeding for survival is what it is. Definitely. So anyway, getting on with this. We'll go into the love spell and the witchcraft, the other stuff you can do with this energy. Now, I can push and pull this energy any which way. Okay, guys? What they would consider like a Reiki master. And because you're supposed to pull with your left and push with your right, I can do either which way, no problem. But it has to do, I still say, with DNA and your lineage of where you came from. But anyway, so I'm up at Isle Capri one night, and this gal, I think she thought she could get to me by using this energy. And when she got close to me, she was talking to me at the bar, she pushed her energy right through me. Now, my energy, like I say, is different. I really, really believe, guys, I had three actually different areas on my arm that popped up. And when you think of, I talked about this before even too. Me and my son, this is way far back, we were outside. We were looking up at the stars, and like you got your Vega, Deneb, and Altair. It looked just like those three that popped up on my arm. And it's still there today. So I think there are certain things in a progress of time that happen and for certain reasons. And time is set. There is no going back on certain things. Like I said, you can jump off that track a little bit. Maybe McDonald's, maybe Hardee's, but you're still on that track. So anyway, she kind of blew her breath like into me. I could feel the tingle, but it just went through me. And I just thought, well, okay. But it didn't do anything. But think about that way back in witchcraft. Way back. Now, that might have been really something, huh, guys? That might have been something that everybody would have probably thought they were taking over or something. Yeah. But just something else to talk about. But what can you do with these crystals? Well, these crystals are amazing. They're a lot more than what people think. They're like a computer even. And you can actually access them like a remote. Now, what do I mean by that? This is a remote, right, guys? This is a remote too. Because if you can take your energy and I can take these crystals and I can touch them and activate them. I don't have to do any mumble jumbo or, do a ceremony or do anything. I can just activate them. Just like turning this on and off, turning it to the TV, to the VCR, whatever else I want to turn it to. This can be done the same way. We'll just say, for example, you're just going to pull some energy. And say you just had that lay in a direction. Well, now witchcraft believes that if you do something over and over and over again, it will happen, okay, in time. They believe that the crystals have to be, you got your different, designs. What am I looking to say? Can't think of it right now, but depending on how you've got your crystals laid out, we'll just put it that way, okay? And you have to reinforce it every day, okay? But what if you could take it one step further than that? What if you didn't have to go back and touch that crystal every day? What if you could just actually access it through your mind? And just, instead of doing it like that, if you had to touch it and you was going to use it to pull again, what if you could just access it? Just like this, like turning the TV on and off, turning the VCR on and off, same way. Oh yeah, you can do it. If you have that DNA, you can do it. Definitely so. So just something to talk about. But does witchcraft exist? Yeah, witchcraft exists because people believe in it. They do rituals. But does the spells work? No. Do they, spells don't work, guys. But this energy is real. These crystals are real. If I take this in my hand, was that magic? They're magnets. Same thing as this. Same thing as pulling that energy. You just can't see that energy floating through the air. It's the same thing, one way or the other. So, I just kind of wanted to talk about that for a little bit. Oh, and I'll do a fun one here for you guys too. We'll talk about, I got so many books. Yeah, this book's, I got this covered up on this one. But this was a voodoo love spell. Now, what it talks about is taking a photograph, okay, of a person. And what you're supposed to do, it's always at midnight, okay? You're supposed to imagine yourself with that person in that photograph for at least 10 minutes. And if you do that every night, that person's supposed to be with you within a few weeks. Does it work? I doubt it. I don't think so, guys. But just have a little fun. And like I say, do I think interdimensional beings exist? Oh yeah. There's that's one other thing real quick. Brings me up to another deal real quick. Did come across a reptilian, like a shape, kind of like shifter, down at Branson, Missouri. And I talked about this way far back too, but that's when I was still learning about all this energy. And, you got the love symbol and stuff. Oh, love will defeat any of this evil stuff. Oh, and the witchcraft, people hate that. God, they hate that. But, it's just like that light and dark. Really, light and dark isn't bad. These dark crystals they're not bad. Just like the white crystals aren't bad. But is there good and evil? Yeah, there's good and evil, definitely so. And that, but anyway, I always have to tell this story too real quick. Down there at Branson, so I'm trying to throw the good energy out. And this one person just went off the scale, but it wasn't a person. There was something inside that person. Like I say, either it was something inside that person, or like I say, it was like a shapeshifter or reptilian. Boy, they don't like that love energy. Definitely not. It just gets them upset, up, down, and all around. Yeah, I remember that because it was like poking a tiger, and that was wild. But there's lots of other, oh my God, I can't even imagine. I mean, think of the universe. Millions of species out there, guys. Millions of species. Come across jinn. Now, there's talk about jinns that they are just thought process or bad thoughts and they exist like that. There's stuff that goes back to the Templar. There's stuff that goes, but they are actually a living and dimensional being. I'll just put it that way. I'm just going to put it that way. And I come across one night, and it was when I was still learning about all this energy, this power. We're still learning. I mean, there's infinite possibilities with this energy to use it too and stuff. And like I say, I'm going to explore some more of those aspects. It's time to go a little bit further. But this jinn actually approached me and asked me not to destroy it. Well, what that told me was one thing. Now, to most people, what would come into your head if something come up to you like that? what come into my head was if this thing could change its shape from the size of this to the size of an 18-wheeler. And when you have something come up to you like that, it asks you not to destroy it. Well, first thing that went through my mind was I was thinking about the power that I had that I didn't even know about. Because if this come up to me and said that to me, what does that say? Yeah, well, that's what went through my mind. So I said, well, I'm not going to destroy it. I didn't see nothing wrong with the gem myself. But I think there's too many different lies, too many different things out there about all these species and stuff. And there's a lot of lies. But, like I say, just having a little bit of fun today. And crystals are real. And if you rub them together, they will light up, guys. Anyway, keep your eyes open and have a good one.